Yes, my candy doge brother, yes. What's up, dudes and dudettes of the year? Now, my name's Scythe, and we are back here with some more Roblox, blah, 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 blah. So, a lot of you have actually been requesting this. I don't think realizing that I already ended up going through Speedrun 4. Oh, goodness, it's Critter, it's Max, everybody's here. But, this is Speedrun 4. There are actually a lot of new levels that I have not experienced, but they are all the way at the end. And unfortunately, as far as the speedrunning aspect is concerned, unless you end up paying Robux, there is no checkpoint. You know, you end up going through the game, and then if it ends up crashing or we run into technical difficulties, it means that I'm gonna have to grind all the way back up, all on my own, right? But needless to say, lots of you have been requesting this, and I'm not against doing it again and seeing what's actually ended up changing. However, before we get started with all of this, folks, I do want to mention that while I am going to definitely have to space apart, like, I don't want to make like an hour-long video of Speedrunner, so of course I'm gonna do it in multiple segments, but because there's no continuation, it means that I'm actually recording this in one sitting. So if I don't respond to your comments like right away or anything like that, that's why. Otherwise, I'm gonna span this out over the next couple weeks so that I don't just spam you out with only speedrun stuff. But either way, how y'all doing today, folks? Hope you're doing fantastically wonderful. Hope this video makes your day even better. And before we get started, we'd very much appreciate it if you would hit that like button. Hopefully, I'm gonna be able to go through this relatively quickly, while also not making nearly as mistakes as I did the first time. Granted, I'm a lot better at Roblox now, and I do have a lot of know-how as to how the speedrun game works, you know, the physics and stuff like that. That was actually really close there. We don't have to go for any of the cards or anything because, of course, I already have most of them. Not necessarily all of them, but just most of them. And yeah, I'm really hoping that I'm going to be able to get through this, especially once we get to Candyland. Candyland, and then there was also one of the gear levels, and also some of the city levels as well, were some of the most difficult levels that I've ever experienced in this game. So I'm really hoping that I can end up getting through them because, whoa, that was a close one. Even Critter bought it right there, like, geez Louise. But yeah, needless to say, don't forget that you are allowed to stop. No! What? I looked away for like a split second and I got killed by a stupid cactus? Come on, man. Yeah, so unless I'm like dying a million zillion times or something like that, obviously, I'm gonna end up making quite a few cuts, just because, you know, that's kind of how the channel is right now. Like, I've gotten better at all the YouTube stuff. I almost did it again. Like, seriously? Really, man? But also, I'm hoping that I can do some better commentary this time around, because otherwise, this is a very highly intensive game, especially for Roblox. Like, geez Louise, you wouldn't believe how crazy some of the later levels end up getting. Even right now, I'm having a little bit of a hard time keeping up with my own commentary while just going through the levels, right? But die. Yes. No! This is also a level that has licensed music, by the way. It's playing the Coldplay song, so hopefully I'm not going to run into any issues with that. I don't think that I will, because we should end up getting to the end of this level beforehand. But yeah, I wrecked. Unfortunately, it does mean that... Why did I say he got wrecked when I got wrecked? No! It means that I'm probably going to have to insert my own license-free music and stuff, right? But man alive, this game really, like, especially in the later areas, ends up taking a lot of crazy skill. Like, one of the big tips that I would say for trying to complete this, but I didn't want to, I wanted to avoid doing it as much as possible, just because it's probably not gonna make the best type of video, is zooming your camera out all the way and looking down on your character, because otherwise, unfortunately, in the speed run, there's so many like different jumps that you just can't see coming. So what I usually like to do is this. Not to mention just Roblox in general, you gotta get used to the physics of your character going down or uphill and stuff like that, right? Because he really likes to bounce around a lot, and that can end up, see, like right there, that can end up causing a lot of grief. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this dumb level of all things. Okay, My character actually ragdolled that time. I'm honestly surprised. I think the biggest reason why I'm doing so badly is because my Doge is so handsome that it's just that distracting. You know what I mean? Of course you don't know what I mean, because you're not a handsome Doge like I am. There we go. Now we should be able to do it. That last jump, that was the only thing that ended up gaining me. Now, this is where I'm getting a little bit worried already, because that means that I'm probably, like, if I'm having trouble now, of all things, I'm probably gonna end up having a lot of trouble when we get to some of those more complex levels for sure. Now, one of the things that you can end up doing, which definitely does make it a little bit nicer because you can kind of time your jumps like that, is you can actually just hold jump down and your character's gonna jump over and over again. Typical of Roblox, right? And because of that, it makes it a little bit easier to get the timing down, especially once we end up getting to one of the Rainbow Road levels, right? Jeez Louise. But the physics are like so scary, and there's so many penguins around here. It's all of Critter's brethren, and you gotta really, really watch out. Not to mention, for some weird reason, I don't know why, but I end up getting weird frame rate dips every now and then when I'm recording these levels. I don't really know why that happens. You know, my computer is like really intensely powerful, but here we go. This guy, what I mean, where you gotta be very, very careful to be on a straight line and just hold space the whole time, and then you're gonna end up having the proper timing down for it, because otherwise you can end up getting absolutely wrecked, especially once we get to this part. It's a little bit of a different timing because you gotta go a few steps each time now, and if you end up messing it up, like, that's the other thing too that I noticed right away, is I gotta be very careful with, I like looking at the camera to kind of, you know, make eye contact with all you fine, beautiful people, but then I gotta look away from the game for a split second, and that's a big no-no. That's not really gonna end up working out for us. Now, is it? Whew! Okay, this level, I really don't like this one. This one ends up being really, really bad because of that. One of the biggest things that I would actually complain about this speedrunners, that lots of other platforming games actually do a little bit better, is the fact that in this one, you kind of got to touch that strip before you end up getting your speed boost, right? As opposed to there's other types of platforming games that are similar to this one, where you end up having your momentum right away. Oh, I thought we could have got away without jumping, but either way, you know, I like it much better when we can just have our momentum right off the hop, because it makes it so that you kind of get an understanding of like the timing and momentum a little bit quicker than just, oh, there's a jump right in front of you, and as soon as you touch this finish line, bang, you're getting, or starting line, I guess in this case, then bang, suddenly you're just going for it. But yeah, these spots definitely give me a little bit of trouble here for sure. I'm surprised that we ended up actually getting over that one. These ones we gotta be very careful of. You can see that I'm tensing up for sure, because, oh my goodness gracious. Woo! I can't even believe that we ended up doing that one, but that's just the icing on the cake. This is just the easier parts. Okay, this seems like they changed it. What happened? Why did it get 10 times harder already? But one thing I would say that they definitely have well designed with this speedrunner is the fact that, oh, I love that Metroid music. They kind of have it designed well, where the difficulty spikes up and then it ends up coming back down again. You know, like this is probably gonna be like a really hard level for a little bit, or at least it's just kind of hard for me right now. And then you're gonna end up getting an easier level afterwards, right? Now, one of the things that really bothers me personally, oh no, not this level. Personally speaking, one of the things that I absolutely hate about speed runs in general, this is just kind of a fun fact about myself, right, is I find them to be insanely tense, because, oh yeah, this jump sucks. That's right, I forgot about this one. Insanely tense because I cannot stand the idea of getting all the way to the end and then messing up. There's just something about it that I just find like insanely tense, especially with this one where it really is like bad physics. Like, it's one of the worst physics in Roblox, like, honestly speaking. I prefer the platforming games where it's not to say that this one isn't skill, because it definitely is, but that bump that the character does really, you know, really ruins it. It's just something that I can't get used to. I don't know why. It just kind of is how it is. Oh, come on. I mean, I should have this level in the bag, especially when I'm in a suit. Like, seriously, this is my home. Oh, no, everyone's catching up, which means we're all gonna bump into each other. Also, I cannot do these levels with the camera zoomed in as it was. Like, seriously. So let's just wait for this, and then we'll get that weird momentum bump going on. Like, you'd think in a game called Speedrunners that you'd be able to keep high momentum and speed the entire time instead of constantly having to stop. You know what I mean? But don't worry, we got it this time. We got it in the bag because I can see somebody else up ahead and they are kind of showing us the way. Not really, though. Oh my goodness gracious, I can't even believe we ended up doing that. No, you don't. You won't beat me today. Hello, brother. Ooh, and you know what? We're just on time because we're not, well, yeah, we're gonna have to do this one in the next episode, everybody. Very similar to what ended up happening the first time. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. Part 2 of probably 4 or 5 different parts is definitely gonna end up showing up in the following days. But either way, I hope you enjoy the series. It's kind of gonna be a series as we get to the end and get to those new levels, which I'm sure are going to be insane. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content, folks. Sayonara and stay epic.